They're really visible pop-ups, and I'll put 3 of those on a stringer, little cluster of bait out there, and what I'm trying to do is to draw the fish really close to that hook, and this seems to work for me. A real nice polarisation of having this orangey red complex boilies and then just one pop-up target boilie in the middle. It's a trick that worked in match fishing, and it works very, very well for me in carp fishing. So I'll just whack this one out on the spot. And I've got a bit of local information on this swim. About a third of the way across, it's a weed bed. It's all gravel. It's probably 6 to 8 foot deep. Not quite sure. I've not used a marker float. And just in the actual reflection of the trees when it goes flat calm, I'm just casting into there, and it's right on the edge of the weed itself, and the fish are moving in and out of the weed, popping out onto this sort of gravel. So if I can get this on the target, then I should expect to get a run. Well, take 2. I cast it a little bit too far that first time. I felt the elastic going through the rings, but I just let it go that bit too far, and really important to get it just on the edge of that weed. I could leave it in the weed, there's a chance of a bite, but I've had all my bites just this side of the weed, and so I'm not going to take any chances. I've got a nice marker. That should be better. I've got a nice marker on the far bank. There's a row of trees, and that's important at night time, so I can see the silhouettes against the skyline. And then I've got another marker, so I've got distance, and I've also got accuracy. I'm just looking where that elastic's come to my tip now, and it's just about right. Anything from the tip ring to about a metre away from it will do me fine. I'm not the only one who's cuckoo around here. Listen to my little friend in the woods. Well, I like to keep things simple. I suppose it fits my character really, but this is a single pop-up. It's a pineapple Hawaiian, and I've got a little tiny rubber stop. You can actually tie a knot in the loop and use that, but I just like that stop. Not only does it plug the water up a little bit, I think, but just neatens it off a bit and stops that boilie wrapping round onto the hook itself. Smallish hook, I think that's important. That again comes from the match angling repertoire. Small hooks tend to be better, not in terms of just getting bites, but also in terms of bait presentation and in terms of hook holding. I think it's very important to understand sometimes that very, very big fish can be caught on very small hooks, and I think a size 10 hook is a small hook for a 20-pound carp personally. And when I say small, I mean small as in it's a good size. I've got a non-toxic shot there about an inch away from the hook, and that's going to anchor down the actual pop-up, so that will pop up like so, just anchored down. I'm using a coated braid, and actually using the shot itself to make a little link in there so it's flexible, and then quite a short hook length, probably 8 inches long. And this is the bit where a lot of people spend a lot of time and energy, and it's a very, very simple rig. A lad at Wigan Way showed it me a long time ago, and it's simply a lead tail that fits over the top of the swivel, about a size 7 swivel, and I use one of the Richworth marker leads, which has got an oversized swivel on the top of it, and that neatly threads on top of the rubber tail and fits quite snugly. And the nice thing about that is it's a safety rig, so it's sort of a semi-fixed rig, if you like. So you get the bolt effect, and obviously if it gets snagged up, if I'm unfortunate enough to encounter a snag with the lead or get cracked off, then that can just simply pull away. It'll either pull away on the lead tail or it'll pull away on the actual lead itself. So got double the chance of safety, and that's really important for any type of fishing. And that's it, and that's pretty much what I use for most of my carp fishing. I don't get bogged down with fandangled rigs. There's a couple of variations I use from time to time. I use mono, sometimes I use the withy kind of rig that Steve invented, but that's pretty much it. And one thing about leads, I tend to use fairly heavy leads, anything up to 5 ounces depending on the distance I'm fishing, but generally speaking I'll fish around about 3 to 4 ounces. There are occasions where I'll fish smaller leads, and I've caught plenty of fish, but I've had occasions too where fish have picked the bait up and run against the lead and actually been running it, but the lead's not been heavy enough to set the hook. So that's it. Then on to simply 12-pound main line, 3-pound test curve rod, big pit reel, and we're ready to go. Now this rod, I've put some bait in a similar kind of area. It's got weed to the extremer where I'm casting, where I've marked up with the pole elastic, and this side again it drops off onto very hard gravel, but I've kept it away from these two rods. I've got these two rods, the right and the middle rod, quite tight in terms of the baited area. This one's set aside probably around about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and that just keeps it away and allows fish to sort of move in and out of the swim. So it's just a gentle cast, about a third of the way across. Feel the elastic go through, just check it, and that should, with a bit of luck, be on gravel. Which it is, which is nice. Just set the bobbins up. Right, well, this is my bivvy table, and I've got a selection of baits here. I just want to quickly talk you through what I've been using today and why I've been using them. First up, I've got the midi boilies. These are ones that I favour a lot from hard pressured waters where they're using big baits. They're shelf life, and just have to be a little bit careful when you're putting them on the hair. I try to use sometimes a little spigot of a hook length, or maybe even a little piece of wire, just to keep those on the hair as opposed to trying to burst them, because they're quite small. They're the shelf life ones, and I catch loads of fish on them. I'm happy with them. Very, very popular again is the frozen baits, and as I said, when I had my tackle shop in the 80s, frozen baits were the first and foremost to come onto the scene, and they went through a period where shelf lives became very popular. People didn't have to use fridges in the shops, etc. And that's gone full circle, and now people are wanting to use ready-mades that are frozen. I like frozen ones. I catch plenty on both, to be honest with you, but these tend to be a little bit on the softer side, so I like these as a food source for loose feed, etc. And then of course we've got the slightly bigger ones again. These are available in shelf life or in frozen. These are shelf life ones, and I just wanted to show you there how that yellow pineapple Hawaiian pop-up sticks out and sets itself apart from all those other ones, and that's the reason why I think it's so effective. The pop-ups in question, I mentioned those. Really pungent aroma. It's sort of like it's a honey sort of pineapple smell, and known for the pop-ups, brilliant pop-ups. They'll stay on forever and a day really. Very, very buoyant, good consistency. And we've got these here, which are again shelf life, 14mm complex, and I've air dried them. They've been out of the bag for best part of a year, and they've gone rock hard. And I know if I'm fishing a long session and I want to use a boilie and be confident it's going to be on the hook after leaving it in the water for say 8 to 10 hours, then they're the ones I'll use. And finally, the Richworth boilie mix, the one for making pop-ups, is particularly legendary. Lots of people use it. It's a sort of industry standard, I suppose. And these are all boilies, pop-up boilies that have been made up by various people, and I've cadged them. We've got little tiny ones that Ian Russell makes up, and we've got fluorescent pink ones and white ones, and again red ones and orange ones, and just different colours. And if you ring the changes, say you're fishing pop-ups and they're not taking bottom baits, maybe as well to fish 2 on a yellow, 1 on a red, or whatever, until you find out the pop-up that's the most effective. Don't get carried away with it. Basic colours work. Your tooties, stick with them. Lovely orange colour, and you'll catch plenty of fish on them. But try using a different colour buoy, just like I used to do when I was fishing bronze maggots, and have a few red maggots as target bait on the hook. It just seems to work. I don't know why, but it just seems to work. And that's pretty much it. And if you stick to those guidelines, don't get too carried away.